Hey everybody, welcome once again to our Low on Health year-end reviews. Of course, the Besides Gaming series, in which case I talk about the other things that I did this year besides gaming. This particular one, of course, is going to cover Magic, because we did a lot of Magic-related
Yes.
stuff this year.
And I apologize because I'm getting over a cold and so.
Magic and everything as well as that collectible card game. I've dabbled in it back in the Extreme Day we both did, and
You played more than I did though back in the
yeah,
day.
back in the day. Um, and we were something we were debating on getting into. We were kind of pushing it off, and it wasn't really until after MegaCon this year we're like, okay, well let's start playing it,
Yeah, I
looking
bought a
into it.
bunch of packs.
And you bought a bunch of packs
At MegaCon.
at MegaCon, and we started playing everything. And of course, Loading Ready Run once again, as we mentioned numerous times, got us and revitalized our interest in it because they do a lot of videos about it and they do a lot of posting and
Yeah, they
whatnot.
started playing several years ago, and then just gradually more and more content from them about that and got us
And
rekindled our interest.
the main reason we want to start playing again is because of drafting, which is a more open, free way. We're not going to go explain drafting, but it makes it more fair. It's not like people just come with the best deck, they put money in it and beat
Yeah,
everybody.
you all have the same cards to choose from.
It's a more open, fair format. In which case, we're looking to draft at places, and we looked around and we wanted to try to find a decent shop that was close and was actually fit our schedule. It's very difficult finding a shop that fits our schedule because Friday Night Magic always happens on Friday night, and that's usually just never an option for us because we're traveling. But we did find a place right down the road from me, like just right super down the road from me,
And they're really cool.
called
Game on.
Game On. It's basically this nice little shop. It's a video game rental slash movie rental slash gaming shop. It's really cool. It's run by like two guys. When we first rented after the Ren Fair, we went there and talked to James, who runs the card gaming stuff, and he just we had a nice long conversation about him about conventions and just stuff in general, and it was really cool to
Yeah,
see.
it was just a very welcoming environment. Even though we just talked to the one person, it's like, well, we're doing a draft tonight. If you guys want to come, and we're like,
Sure.
you know what? Sure.
That fits our schedule perfectly. And here's actually them doing a recent pre-release. In which case, this is kind of the back room where they had the tables where everybody plays Magic, and that's of course James there. It's a very nice casual entry beginner level, like super expert level Magic place. Like we went there, we drafted. The people there were super nice, super understanding.
Yeah,
like,
they
we're
were.
new
They were
players.
very kind.
We're getting into it. We met a couple of people there. And it was very cool playing against these guys. Everybody's very nice. They're patient, which is very nice because we've gone to other shops and we've seen that other places are a little bit more stressful, a little bit more expert
Yeah.
level. Wizards Covet around here is a little bit more the higher tier. But Game On has been really good, very inviting. Unfortunately, we've only been there 2 or 3 times. We haven't been back there, mainly because, once again, conflicting times and just money
And-
issues. We've been spending our Magic budget on the GP and on other events, and we haven't really had time to get back out and do drafting.
Yeah.
We hope to later on this year.
Yeah.
that
when
is-
the next set's come
That
out.
is Game On, in which case you can also buy cards there and whatnot. Another place we go to frequently is this Coliseum of Comics. It's cut off here. Is a comic shop that's in the Tampa Bay, general Florida area. In which case, there's one not right down the road from me, but in Kissimmee is the main one we go to.
Yeah, it's about
And that
40
store
minutes
is
away.
huge. It's like a gaming center.
Yeah, it really
And that is like the best place to get cards because they have singles up the wazoo.
Yeah.
The other Coliseum of Comics, as you can see here, there's one in Millennia, which is in the mall, Millennia, right? No, it's Fashion Square Mall. Millennia is just off the side.
The Millennia is near where Nikki
Marcus lived, yeah. In Kissimmee,
You can see me when we go there all the time. Fashion Square Mall is in like a little.
we've been
small
there.
mall. The one in Lakeland I go to rather frequently because there are a couple doctors I have in Lakeland, so I'm there.
And it's also
sometimes.
close to Montgomery Barbecue, so
And,
we go out
yeah.
there.
And then the one in Tampa, we finally got around to getting there because that is like
really far away.
in bumfuck nowhere.
But we've actually gone to all the Coliseum of Comic stores, in which case
Yep.
they're all very cool.
Yep, we
But
have.
right down the Kissimmee one, because it's like a gaming center, they actually have a nice, solid, dedicated gaming tabletop area, and they just have so many Magic cards. It's a place that we go to get singles, like right after the release of a set. We'll go there, and because nobody knows what the cards are, the market's fluctuating, so we can usually get good deals on cards, and we usually hit that
Yeah.
up. We really do enjoy going there, and just going on there every now and then to see what they got. It's a good just place to go. There's a couple other places we want to shout out to. Wizards Covered, we've gone to and bought cards from.
Yeah.
Emerald City, which is down the road from me, we also go to. And then there is Carl's.
Yeah, Carl's, which
which
is like
is-
the closest card shop to where I live.
It's
We've
like the
never got the
only-
chance to play there.
It's the only card shop like in Polk County, and we've gone there.
No,
We've gone there.
Coliseum Kissimmee's in Polk County.
Yeah. But it's a very cool, and that one's another low-key area. We mean to draft there, but it's just hard figuring out the scheduling.
Yeah.
Now what we're going to go right now, we're just going to go over some quick pictures and whatnot of the Magic. We've done a lot of posting, I know, of Magic, but I wanted to have a video that kind of just
comprehensively.
covered
goes over
everything.
it, yeah.
In which case, we're over some quick pictures. This is us drafting at your place, and this is when we were doing an M14 draft, and I actually
And you
pulled
pulled a Jace,
a
which
mythic
is a
Jace,
mythic rare
which is really
planeswalker.
cool. Another picture here. This is essentially with every group of our friends we've played Magic with. This is of course Johnny and Annie who teach them to play, and this is deck building. But also we've played with Jeff and Felina at their place, and then with your birthday draft, everybody came over. Actually, Nikki Marcus came over to your place too.
And Jeff and Felina came over,
Yeah.
and Brandy and Johnny
So
came over.
we've had to, I understand. For me, I wish it was something that we would always do at every single event we do. But I understand that's not possible. Not everybody's gonna want to do that. But that would be my premier thing.
And then we decided I wanted to go through every single one of our cards and price them out just for S&Gs, all of our old cards. So I did this with all of mine, and then Jimmy's like, yeah, okay, we can do it with mine. And so we were going through, and we found this card. Which was like, I was just typing him in, I'm like, okay. And I'm like, wait, back the fun bus up. Because...
And realistically, like I always realized this card something was odd about this card because it is technically like a fixed Black Lotus, like in mechanics wise.
Yeah.
So that's kind of really cool. Of course, this is drafting more at Rose's place. This is kind of our current setup. We'll go over again in a second. And then of course we have the
Went
GP.
to the GP in Orlando.
This is your Concentar Kier nails that you did up.
Sultai and Obzon symbols on my nails, yeah.
And this is, of course, just a couple random pictures from the convention. We really enjoyed it. A lot of people think the GPs are going to be intimidating, but it was actually very relaxed. It's very cool.
Extremely friendly.
You can play a bunch, and everybody's really just understanding. There's a big group of people. I don't know what the numbers were, but it was...
I would say 98% of the people I played against were very friendly.
Yeah. Like, and I was even being more sociable than normal. So
you were. It was very nice to see you that way, and you were really enjoying yourself. The only times you ever seemed irritated is when I would come around and you were still playing a game. I'm like, you good? And you're like, yep. And I could tell the way you're being short. I'm like, okay, go away. I'm like, all right.
And it was a cool place, too, to get some custom art. Like, this is a playmat that you had somebody do custom art on.
Yeah, the artist, Clint Cleary.
And then we also have here, this is a gentleman who does altars. This is somebody you're playing against, I think.
Yeah,
right?
I played against him, and I was like, hey,
you traded for the Chandra, which is a really cool, awesome custom art Chandra.
Altar on it, so.
And then, of course, right here, I wanted to do this. This is my stats for the GP.
We're not going to look at mine. We're not going
to look at Rose's, but yeah, so my stats weren't too bad. Like, I was happy to see, like...
Mine were horrible.
I did decently. Like, I was pleasantly surprised by how well I did. Of course, there's a bunch of
really
losses
well.
there.
Didn't you kind of place, like...
Not great, but not horrible. Like, in the middle. Like, pretty much in the middle.
You did right in the middle, and I'm like, I was very proud of you.
First GP, that's really good.
I was, like, right dead last.
And sometimes when I play that game on, the last couple times I played a game on, I've won a couple packs, which is nice.
No, you're a good player.
And real quick, this is my Christmas gift from Rose. I wanted her to basically do a art thing of all the different guilds for Magic. Like, every two-color combination has a guild and a personification to it. And I wanted her to do a print of this, because I think it would sell well, and she decided to actually do this on a playmat. So this is 100% online art, 100% drawn onto it, not reproduced, not printed, all ink and everything, and I'm very, very happy with it. And this is my premier mat that I always play at your place. I think that's it for the pictures. Or this is currently how we have this set up at my place, because I don't have a table. We basically have these two little small tables. This was us drafting just this weekend.
And I was super happy because at the GP I did something that I still regret, which was I passed on a foil rare Dig Through Time.
Yeah.
And in our draft that we just did the other night, I pulled a Dig Through Time. Not a foil, but a Dig Through Time.
Yeah.
So
and
Dig
Through Time, of course, now is banned right now, currently.
Yeah,
Anywho,
but it's a cool card.
But going over some more, like, we do a lot of drafting. Like, I know you guys came up for the birthday draft. We talked about the GP. Also, I'll mention at the GP, what was it? I ran into Rich Hagen at McDonald's.
Yeah, you ran into
it was kind of cool. He was like one of the bigger commentary guys.
And you just kind of chatted him
up. I kind of chatted him up just a little bit. But of course, we're going to go over real quick what we actually do. This, of course, is a fat pack that you recently bought for Fate and Reforged. Of course, this is in 2015, but whatever. It's basically a fat pack. It gets us a lot of booster packs. It gets us a lot of just merch. It's a good deal, and we pretty much do this for every single set. This is kind of how we start our collection. We start with the fat packs, and then we draft. So the next video here, you're going to see us actually drafting. And of course, this is the drafting format at her place because there's only 3 players. It's basically Rose, myself, and her brother Casey. That's his elbow. In which case, I double draft. Basically, I play also the seat across from me. And then when we're over at my place, like in the previous picture, we both draft for 2 people.
Which wasn't as difficult as I thought.
It's not as hard. You just got to keep track of what you're using.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is that basically doubles your experience in drafting and double your experience in deck building and just learning to read signs and signaling. It's the best training mechanic to basically just double up. And then also when we're at her place, we will dual wield playing, where her and her brother will basically sit on the other side of the table, and I will play against them both. One will be on one side. Of course, this is Rose deck building with, of course, her phone. Or you're probably price checking at that point.
I think I was price checking.
But what we'll do is we'll actually have her and her brother on one side, and then I'm on the other side, and I will play 2 games at once, which is kind of confusing, but not really, because we both take our time. It's casual Magic. We're not rushing through it.
Yeah.
And it's actually proved to be worked out really well. Like, it just bundles my expertise time of playing. There you are. What's the other video here? And then this video is actually of your current collection, which was a little bit of nothing. It was just one little box. And of course, now it has exploded into this huge collection. You have a bunch of different packs, and it's already difficult keeping track of where everything is, despite us doing
what's
our
in
best.
what box?
And as you can see right there in the middle there, you see purple dragon shields, which are our premier card sleeves that we use for our cubes. In which case, we've probably bought over 30 packs of those just to sleeve up cubes.
Yeah.
Like, it's a huge chunk of time. There's your old school deck masters, Garfield versus Finkel.
Yeah, that's like a metal box back in the day.
It's really fun playing Magic right now. We also finished our commander decks, and we actually have some pre-constructed commander decks, which we've done too.
Yeah, those are fun.
And there, of course, is the dual anthology box that has all the cool dual decks.
Oh, it's super
and whatnot.
nice.
We haven't even got a chance to play with that.
No.
It's once again finding time to play Magic is difficult
it's
because
a little hard because the games take a while,
like,
and you want to play more than one game when you play Magic. Yeah. You know, it's not just like, oh, just play one quick game. You need to probably tell that to cancel.
Yeah, I will tell that to cancel. Anywho, that's kind of it for the Magic stuff. We just wanted to go over it because we've been doing it a lot. And it's finding the time. And honestly, if I hang out with anybody, I would rather play Magic in some capacity, in some form. But I know it does take a lot of time, and nobody can jump right into it. You definitely can't jump into this current set being blind to Magic.
No, it's difficult.
Yeah.
Magic is... It's not impossible to learn, but it's difficult. You definitely kind of have to have a mind for it, and you definitely have to want to play it.
And I look at it as an investment. Like, we're basically building a collection that we play with as time goes on. And as ages go on, we'll be like, oh, we want to redress this or do that. And I'm all for teaching the younger children, too, like, Mackenzie and Nathan, about Magic and then playing Magic and see if they like it. Because it might, be a fun little thing to share with them. And at that point, you should be good enough to beat them, I imagine. Right?
I will smack you on video.
Which is good because basically Magic, it's just fun. Like, it's really never as high stressful as I always thought it would be.
He's making fun of me because I'm not a good player. I know I'm not a good player. That's why he's okay with making fun of me.
But the best way people say to get better, of course, at playing Magic is play more and play against people that are better than you.
Yeah, that's easy for me right now because everyone.
And we have dabbled with Magic Online because there's an online variant of it, but
unfortunately my computers can't run it.
And then of course you want more of the physical. You want the cards and everything, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But we're enjoying it. We're going to be playing it throughout the year. We probably won't be playing it as much. The GP really kind of set us back kind of to a point where, like, we got so many cards and we played so much, like, and put so much money towards it, we couldn't really put that much money towards drafting, etc.
We'll probably be playing it more this year than we did last year because of the GP.
Perhaps.
There's a GP in Miami, but we're probably not going to make it to that just because it's so far away.
Yeah. But, no, we really enjoy it, and once again, want to recommend anybody else who's thinking about getting back into Magic, give it a shot, try it out, ask us, and we'll be more than happy to bring over a couple of decks and teach you and learn how to play and just do that.
It's fun.
But other than that, that's kind of it for Magic and kind of it for the majority of the besides gaming and the end of the year stuff. So, as always, thank you everybody for watching these, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.